States. It is a cold, overcast day for Game 3 of this American League Championship Series, and the fans here in Detroit are ready. They've welcomed their Tigers back home, and this ALCS has been so fun already. The Boston Red Sox, the Detroit Tigers tied at a game apiece. It's a starting lineup that faces him, put together by John Farrell. It's brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Boss. Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off. Shane Victorino in right. Dustin Pedroia hits third. David Ortiz is the DH. Mike Napoli at first. Jared Saltalamacchia does the catching. Johnny Gomes in left. Stephen Drew is the shortstop, and Will Middlebrooks is batting in the ninth spot, playing third base. Here are the numbers for a guy who can just flat out dominate the opponent, no matter who they may be.
You might say, well, why is he only 13-12? Well, the Tigers did not score a lot of runs for him in September. He has been red hot. No runs in his last 4 starts. Will he change his normal approach, where he starts off slowly and finishes thunderously? We'll see. Postseason baseball. Gotta love it.
Here's the 2-1 pitch from Verlander. Check swing, and that's easy for Cabrera. A little juggle, but the out, one away. Give you a look at the Tigers defensively. It's brought to you by Bayer Back and Body, the official pain reliever of MLB. Andy Dirks is in the outfield and left today. Austin Jackson in center, and Torrey Hunter able to continue despite that big fall in game 2. Little sore, but no worse for the wear. And it's Cabrera, Peralta, Infante, and Fielder on the infield, with Avila doing the catching, and Shane Victorino digs his way in.
To it.
Here's a little soft liner caught by Infante, 2 out. And with the bases empty, Pedroia will be the hitter. The home plate umpire is Ron Kolpa. He's joined by Alfonso Marquez, Dale Scott, Dan Iasonia on the bases, Rob Drake down the right field line. Joe West is the crew chief down the left field line. Passed away at the age of 48. Longtime Major League umpire. And a nice moment here at Comerica. Down go the Red Sox, 1-2-3. Bottom of the first inning rolls in. John Lackey rolls out, going to work. No score. Now the starting lineup for the Tigers, brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Boss. Austin Jackson in there in center, leading off. Torrey Hunter batting second and right. Miguel Cabrera hits third. Prince Fielder, Victor Martinez the DH. Johnny Peralta at short to start the day. Alex Avila does the catching. Omar Infante, and Andy Dirks gets the start batting ninth. He's in left field. And here's the right-hander John Lackey, who missed all of last year, recovering from Tommy John surgery.
Where does the time go, Joe? 11 years ago, we did Game 7 of the World Series. Anaheim Angels against the San Francisco Giants. And John Lackey, a rookie, was on the mound. He's an experienced, gritty postseason performer. Deceptive record because of little run support.
Here's a fly ball into right center field. Going to get it, Victorino. Had to adjust. 1 pitch, 1 out. Numbers before the All-Star break, Lackey had an ERA under 3. After the All-Star break, he's had an ERA at about 4.5. Here's a line drive into center. I guess the scouting report is to go up there hacking. 1 on, 1 out. 2 pitches, a fly ball to right, and a base hit to center. And Torrey Hunter's 2 for 11 in this series. The Boston defense brought to you by Bayer Back and Body, the official pain reliever of MLB. Gomes is in left, not Nava. Ellsbury in center, Victorino in right. Middlebrooks, Drew, Pedroia, Napoli on the infield. Saltalamacchia behind the plate.
2 strikes, it doesn't matter with Cabrera. I think the best 2-strike hitter I've ever seen.
In the air to center. Back is Ellsbury. Tagging is Torrey Hunter. Ellsbury got into good position to throw, and Hunter stays put, 2 out. Runner at first, 2 out. Fielder drops one into right center field. Hunter will turn and go, and it's first and third, 2 out.
Fastball away. Fielder lifts it into right center. And Hunter to third.
Another 3-2. Fly ball into center. Ellsbury is there. Tigers lead 2 after 1 in game 3. No score here in Detroit. Just outside. Verlander frozen after not getting the call from the home plate umpire, and it's a leadoff walk. Napoli strikes out. 1 on, 1 out. One on, 1 out. 2-2 count. Got him. 2 out.
Fastest pitch he's thrown so far. That's that pitch up and away again to left-handers. I think that's the pitch the Red Sox have to lay off of if they're going to get Verlander today.
Runner goes, but a swing and a miss. And Verlander strikes out the side. And here come those Tigers starters again, holding this Red Sox team to 2 for 45 so far in this ALCS. No score after 1.5. Well, guess what? The lights have gone out, at least the majority of them. We had a power surge, and not exactly Super Bowl 47, but not inside a dome. They had a 34-minute delay during the Super Bowl down in New Orleans. I mean, there's enough lighting, I guess, at this point, natural light, where you could probably play, but they started this game with the lights on. The scoreboards are kind of going haywire. That one's okay. The ribbon boards are intermittently out, and so that lets the fans know that that's what we're dealing with, as the scoreboards are flashing around the sides of the ballpark just below our level here at Comerica, and so we'll have to sort this out. I saw Aaron Andrews go charging down there to try to get the report from the umpires, and now the umpires are getting a briefing. Jim Leland a part of it. We'll just have to wait and see what kind of a delay we're in for here in Detroit.
They're just waiting for the lights to come back fully on, expecting that to be about 15 to 20 minutes. And Joe West doesn't want anybody to do anything until those lights are fully on, just to make sure the pitchers don't get hot again while they are just waiting here. Now, Justin Verlander will be back, be given as much time to warm up as he needs. Same will go for John Lackey. Jim Leland just joking with me, saying, oh, I can't bring Verlander back. I'll bring Jose Alvarez in. But he was joking. Verlander will stay in this game.
Yeah, there's no question about that at this point. A little bit more than a 15-minute delay.
That 16-minute delay we are hearing is because of a substation that went down across the street. We lost power here, and about 4 minutes ago, Joe West went over to John Farrell and said, pull John Lackey out, get him warmed up. I asked Farrell if there was any sort of concern about this delay, and he said no, it wasn't long enough. He's going to give himself enough time out there to get warmed up and ready to go.
Runs put up on the scoreboard by his team, just lighten up the scoreboard. It's a 0-0 game because the power went out. There's Victorino. He's there for out number 1.
I think you're dealing with a different John Lackey too. I think 10 years ago this would have upset him to no end and perhaps affected his performance. I think he's matured to the point where that's not going to happen anymore.
Left side of the infield. Pretty wide open as he strikes out, and that's strikeout number 1 for John Lackey. Now a 2-2. So Lackey comes off the delay and has a perfect second inning with 2 strikeouts. And we go into the 3rd inning here in Detroit. No score in game 3.
stay on schedule, stay planned.
Here's another strikeout. That's 4 straight for Verlander. And 1 out here in the 3rd inning.
You know, whether it's the 6th inning or the 9th inning, he can crank it up 94 to 98, 99 whenever he needs to. And you know, he does it when he needs to. And that's something that not too many pitchers have. And he's really got that talent. He's really learned how to utilize it to the best of his ability.
Do you know how many strikeouts in a row that is right there? That's 5.
That's
struck out 6 in a row. And every time these guys pitch, they make you dig through the record books. He's tied a major league record with his efforts in Game 3. Bottom of the 3rd. No score in Detroit. At 256 this season, 322 a year ago. The 1-2. Strikeout for Lackey. And that's 3 in a row for John Lackey.
That's the best curveball that Lackey has thrown thus far. Look at that. So Verlander no lock today by any means.
Here's another strikeout, and that's 4 straight for John Lackey.
It's a lot quicker, and young pitchers obviously come back stronger. John Lackey 34, so it's understandable that it was weaker, his right arm.
Here's Pedroia. Inning over. Lackey is on 2. Let's go to the 4th inning, Game 3 of this ALCS. A good one. No score. Red Sox and Tigers. Here's a 1-1. Jammed him. The string of strikeouts is over, but not outs. 7 straight and 1 out here in the 4th.
Hours long. And we talked about pitching about a month ago.
Here's a high fly ball into left field. Dirks is there. 2 out. You talked about more than pitching for 7 hours. You're not going to sell me on that. Here's a fly ball into left center. Back is Dirks at the wall. Out to end the inning. Andy Dirks almost flush up against the fence on a cold day in Detroit. Hauls it in. Ortiz is retired. 9 straight for Verlander. No score into the bottom of the 4th. 1-2 the count on Cabrera. 2 first inning hits against Lackey, and that's it. He's been good. And a strikeout starts the inning. That's the 5th for Lackey. Here is Jake Peavy, and the first question was about what he's doing in preparation for his start tomorrow night.
Yeah, I hadn't been down on the bench much. Been up in the video room watching some video and getting some treatment, and obviously watching a game on television. But the day before start, you know, you're getting in that mindset, getting that final game plan tuned in.
Jake, I hope you don't think this is a weird question, but John Farrell told us that Clay Buchholz, because he picked the guitar, it made his fingers stronger. Did it make yours stronger?
You know, I don't know if it made them stronger. I certainly think that there might be a correlation between the feel that you have with all your different fingers. I think John's kind of referring to the feel that Clay has. Clay's got an amazing feel of what he can do with the baseball. And he was kind of making that relation, asking me if I felt that playing guitar helped me with the feel with all my different pitches.
You've been at this a long time, Jake. You've been with the Padres. You've been with the White Sox. Now you're with the Boston Red Sox in an ALCS. Can anything compare to what you're going through right now?
No, this is something I've never experienced, and had to wait 12 years for it to happen. I've been to the playoffs a few times, but never anything this intense, and I couldn't ask for a better group of guys, and I'm thankful for Ben Cherington and the rest of the front office for making the move and allowing me to be a part.
Well, get your rest tonight and go get them tomorrow.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank
you.
Jake.
Thanks,
Jake.
Acquired July the 3rd, and he takes on Doug Fister.
He's retired 7 in a row since the power outage.
He's had these hitters off balance. He's putting pitches in the spots he wants. He gets fielder on the ground out, and it's 2 out, nobody on here in the 4th.
The one thing about John, his curveball in the first inning was high. Everything was like lazy. Since the power outage, You know, he's retired 8 in a row, and his curveball has just been sensational. He got Fielder on the curve for that ground out.
So you're saying John Lackey is to a postseason power outage like the San Francisco 49ers are to a power outage during the postseason?
Well, I guess you could make that correlation, yes. After their 34-minute power outage in New Orleans.
Here's one the opposite way. Nice true hop from Middlebrooks, and another perfect inning for Lackey. Good work, Lackey, Verlander. Red Sox, Tigers, no score after 4. Back after this from your local Fox station. The beard for Napoli has been growing since spring training. And he is a strikeout victim for the second time in Game 3. Back-to-back strikeouts start the 5th.
And again, up and away to left-handed batter.
This crowd wants to see strikeout number 9. Instead, it's Peralta to his left, and an infield base hit possibly for Gomes. I would think that's the way they'd go.
Oh, yeah.
Fielder couldn't dig it out. Peralta may have had a shot. The throw bounced in. And Gomes is safe as Fielder couldn't dig it.
Savoring a hit. Guys will do anything. Bruise heels, stretch hamstrings.
It's a big deal, and it gets a reaction here at Comerica because it is a hit, and the first one.
That's unbelievable.
It started with Verlander in Game 5, the division series. Sanchez, Scherzer, Verlander here in Game 3. With their no-hit efforts, deepest one was Verlander into the 7th with 2 out in Oakland. Right at Infante. Scoreless through 4.5. This crowd loving it in Detroit. Tigers coming to bat against Lackey, no score.
All 4 hits that he has against the Red Sox up and in. They're going away here.
He goes into left center field. This ball's going to get down and go to the wall. Peralta's digging into second with a leadoff double.
It was a fastball away, but not far enough away. You can see Lackey upset with himself. Too much of the plate to Johnny Peralta. Thigh high, and a double to lead off the inning. Right on the sweep spot of the bat. John Lackey wanted that ball more outside, and he didn't get it there.
And so Peralta now 5 for 10 in this LCS. Shattered bat. Runner advances. 1 out. Peralta to third as Avila does his job. Two out. Another curveball from Lackey and strikeout number 6. That's his biggest pitch of the day to this point.
You talk about a savvy job by John Lackey and Jared Saltalamacchia. The 1-0 pitch, curveball, and the fastball misses. 2 balls and a strike. So it's 2-2, outside, full count, fouled off. A bullet fouled off. Another breaking ball to Getty.
Runner at third, 2 out. Dirks chops one to the right side. Napoli's got to get to the bag, and he does in time. Lackey's fired up, and he gets around the leadoff double by Peralta. Game number 3 goes into the 6th inning in Detroit, scoreless. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball is flied into center right at Jackson. 1 out. 1 out, nobody on. The 1-2 pitch is into center field, and Ellsbury's got his first hit of this ALCS. Now 1 for 9. And this is where he can use his speed.
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing, Joe. It's not that the Red Sox got a guy on base, but who is on base.
Victorino flies one into left. Dirks is back. 2 out. Ellsbury tags but goes back to the bag. Pedroia waits. The 1-2 bounces away, and Ellsbury down to second on a wild pitch.
So it took a wild pitch to get him to second base instead of a stolen base. Not a lot Avila can do. This ball in the dirt, tries to block it. The minute it went in the dirt, Ellsbury took off.
He was with the team when they won it all in 2007, trying to drive home the game's first run. Right at Peralta. Scoreless. Into the bottom of the 6th. Here in game 3. A lot of room in left center.
Yep.
A strikeout starts the inning. Number 7 for Lackey. And he came back from a 2-0 count to get Jackson.
3 straight strikes, 2 curveballs, and a cutter.
Here is a 1-2 pitch. Strikeout number 8. And that good John Lackey curveball brings up Torrey Hunter.
Well, I'll tell you, that curveball has served him well tonight. To give you an idea of how much that thing breaks, our guys in the truck have come up with a beauty. I mean, the higher the top, the bigger the drop. Doesn't matter whether there are 2 strikes on Cabrera or not. He goes to right field often with 2 strikes and with power.
Pops it up on the right side. Playable for Napoli. More pitching. How about game 3? Nothing into the 7th inning. Red Sox coming up, big bats. Ortiz will lead it off back after this from your local Fox station. Verlander has struck out 8, and that's Peralta on the other side of the bag. 1 out. Let's go back to May 4th, 2006. Here in Detroit, Mike Napoli, first major league at bat off Justin Verlander. The home run, the first run in a 7-2 win for the Angels. Counts 2-2. So that's how Mike Napoli burst into the big leagues with a home run in May of 06 here in Detroit. Full count. Fly ball to left center. Back at the wall. The Red Sox have taken the lead. Napoli gets Verlander here in the 7th.
For the second strike, it was a fastball up around the letters. Verlander liked the call of Alex Avila. A fastball on a 3-2 count. Almost the same place where we showed Napoli hitting his first home run of his career in his first at bat on a curveball. My gosh. Talk about the power of suggestion. Fastball. 1-0 Boston.
Prior to that at bat, Mike Napoli in this ALCS was 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts and a walk. Here's the 2-2. Telemakia strikes out, 2 down. Again, the 1-2. Struck him out looking, but damage is done. It's Napoli getting Verlander, and this one carrying more weight than a May home run back in 2006 for Napoli's first major league hit. A run is on the board. It belongs to the Red Sox as we stretch here in Detroit. Fielder in that 4-game sweep by the Giants in the World Series last October did not have an RBI. He's trying to get on to start this inning, and this is caught by Johnny Gomes in left, 1 away.
That ball did not have a lot of hang time. Gomes had a great jump and makes a nice play. Saw the catch. Here's the jump. Tailing away from him. Good play.
Lackey appreciates it. He has 6 1/3 now. Right back up the middle. Tying run is on here in the 7th on a base hit by Victor Martinez.
Looked like Victor was waiting for that curveball then. Lackey has made some good curveball pitches against Martinez. And Victor, a very smart hitter. Waits, wraps it back through the middle.
Tying run at first. Peralta pops it up. Victorino goes to get it. 2 out. Now it's Avila. He looks toward the Red Sox dugout. He sees John Farrell pop out of there. Breslow getting ready. That could be it. And if it is, John Lackey to join this Red Sox team for the 2010 season. Went 14-11, 12-12 in 2011. Missed all of last year. Has just turned in his biggest start with the Boston Red Sox.
Not without an argument, though. He was trying to talk John Farrell into staying in the game.
Farrell wins that argument. Breslow coming in. Avila coming up. 1-0 in the 7th with 2 out. Looking at John Farrell, a little less demonstrative, but the same message both times. He wanted to stay in this ball game, but he gives way both times. 6 2/3 innings. This time he leaves, and Craig Breslow takes over up 1-0 in the 7th.
It's almost like you have to get a winch to get him out of the game.
Here's Breslow, great numbers this postseason, game number 5 for him. That'll put 2 on, and the tying run down to second with 2 out in the 7th. Pedroia to his right, flips, and the inning is over. Breslow gets out of the 7th. And Lackey goes 6 2/3, no runs on 4 hits here in game 3. We go to the 8th inning. As you look at the reaction from John Lackey, what a game by the right-hander. 1-0 Boston into the 8th. 2-0. The Red Sox lead it as we play into the 8th inning in Game 3. The series tied at a game apiece. Drew, then Middlebrooks, then Ellsbury against Verlander. Gave up a 7th inning home run to Napoli and now gives up a leadoff hit to Stephen Drew. He'll think about 2 and he'll go as Hunter bobbles it in right. It'll likely be a hit and an error. It looked like Stephen Drew was content with stopping once he rounded the bag, but once Torrey Hunter dropped it in right.
But what he did, he rounded the bag far enough to give himself a chance to go, and he saw that Hunter bobbled the ball. Watch him round the bag far enough right there. That gave him a chance to go to second base, and he does it. An error on Torrey Hunter, but good base running by Stephen Drew.
After Scherzer struck out 13 in Game 2, Sanchez struck out 12 in Game 1, and the bullpen racks them up as well. Easy into left for Dirks. 2 out. Here's Victorino with a line drive caught by Peralta. And Verlander gets around the runner at second, nobody out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 9, 1 and 2 hitters coming up. Red Sox lead 1-0. Breslow back to work. A pinch hitter will start the inning. Former Boston Red Sox shortstop and third baseman, product of their system, Jose Iglesias digs in. He bats for Dirks. And Breslow remains. 3 2/3 didn't allow a run in that series. Burt strikes out Iglesias to start the inning.
Iglesias got a good pitch to hit. 0-2, ball right down the pipe. Taken for strike 3. I think it surprised him. Probably thinking Breslow was going to waste a pitch. He didn't.
.120 pitch game. Looked like Verlander started that conversation with that's it. 8 innings, a run on 4 hits. But on the short end, 3-1. A 1-out walk. And with Torrey Hunter coming up, John Farrell is coming out. He's got Tazawa and Uehara both getting loose in the bullpen.
You know, Joe, Jackson on at first base, he's the fastest runner of the Tigers. So by taking out the left-hander, you take away the worst move by bringing in the right-hander, Tazawa.
Breslow is out. Red Sox make a pitching change in the 8th. Through the first 5 games of his postseason. Victorino cuts it off with the tying run. Jackson over to third with 1 out.
Torrey Hunter catches up with the fastball. Rifles it down the right field line. Good play by Victorino to hold Hunter to first base. First and third, 1 out for the Tigers with the best hitter in the game up.
Junichi Tazawa. Greeted with a base hit to right by Hunter. now Cabrera. Infield is back, looking for the double play ball. The 1-2. 2 out. A huge strikeout for Tozawa to get Miguel Cabrera, and how did he do it?
4 straight fastballs. Then he misses 0-2, but watch where this pitch is. Way outside, and an anxious Cabrera strikes out. And then looks at Tozawa.
Tozawa gives up the hit, comes back with a strikeout of Cabrera. Fielder is coming up. Uehara coming in for the Boston Red Sox. Since the 1st of July, he's been almost untouchable. And in this season, he has filled a role for the Red Sox. He's about to throw his most important pitches with Boston. Prince Fielder digging in. Tying run at third. Go-ahead run at first. 2 out in the 8th. Game 3. Series tied. Strike 1.
3 directions.
Fielder may have missed his pitch on that first delivery.
Yeah.
Prince Fielder is in his 15th straight postseason game, looking for his first RBI. And it will not come here. The splitter gets him and ends the 8th. And on 3 straight pitches, Koji Uehara, the split finger that disappears. And so does the threat for the Tigers in the 8th. It's game 3 of the ALCS into the 9th. Red Sox leading by 1. As you look at the numbers this postseason for Veras, Pedroia 0 for 3 in tonight's game, 2 for 9 in this LCS. And now he strikes out. 1 away in the 9th. As the guy who started the season as the closer for the Houston Astros traded to the Tigers. Snaps off this breaking ball to get Pedroia. Leland makes his walk. Veras strikes out the only hitter he faces here tonight. Has been dealing with a tender elbow. He's making his first appearance since the 18th of September. Was not on the active roster during the division series against the A's. Don Kelly is taken over and left after the Tigers pinch hit. Into the shift. 2 out. Infante makes the play. Jim Leland will make a pitching change with Mike Napoli. One of the heroes for the Red Sox so far in this game 3 coming up. Al Albuquerque takes over for the Tigers in the 9th. 2 out, nobody on. Mike Napoli. 2 out, nobody on. Little slow hopper left side. That's Peralta, and he gets Napoli and sends us into the bottom of the 9th. This place will be alive. Koji Uehara trying to end it. Series tied at a game apiece. Red Sox up 1-0. He struck out Fielder after Tozawa struck out Cabrera with a tying run at third. That was in the 8th. That's into left center field. Gonna get down for a single. And Victor Martinez back to the bag to start the 9th.
Probably a pinch runner now for Martinez.
Hernan Perez is going to come off the bench. Meanwhile, Victor Martinez stumbled After getting around the first base bag, trying to get back to second, right back to the bag. Let's take a look.
Seeing that the ball is going to get past an outfielder. I think he hurt that left knee. Remember, he missed all of last year with a bad left knee.
Hernan Perez does the running.
Also worth noting that had the Red Sox not been in that no doubles defense, that ball perhaps is through between the left fielder and center fielder.
Now it's Peralta. Strike two.
Peralta thought it was low, and it was. Sox with a huge break on that 1-1 pitch.
Reaching for it. Out in second. Double play. And the Tigers are down to their final out, with Avila coming up.
That was a splitter. He reaches for it and grounds it out. But in fairness, that at bat could have changed had that 1-1 pitch been a ball instead of a strike.
Koji O'Hara is trying for his second save in this postseason of more than an inning. He won an inning and a third in Game 4 of the divisional series at Tampa Bay. Trying for his 6th save in that category. Overall, on deck is Infante. Game over. Red Sox win Game 3 and a 1-0 final here in Detroit. O'Hara doing his thing here in Detroit and getting the 4-out save. And you see Justin Verlander walking away. This is the 4th time in the last 6 Verlander starts that the Tigers didn't score for him. And it's the Tigers' 3rd 1-0 loss in the last 4 Verlander starts. He got a no decision in the first 2 games. He's on the hook for the loss here tonight. What a pitching performance here tonight by Lackey, Breslow, Tozawa, and Uehara, who gets the save. And for the Red Sox, their 3rd 1-0 win in their postseason history. And it was the splitter that ended the night for the Tigers.
Remarkable control with that splitter when you can throw it on a 3-2 count to the 27th out of the game.
Uehara came on to strike out Fielder with 1st and 3rd, 2 out in the 8th. He gets a double play ball after the leadoff hit by Victor Martinez in the 9th. Gets a lift from Big Papi after his 2nd strikeout. Ends the ball game. 1-0 Red Sox. Down to Aaron Andrews we go.
Joe, thanks so much. Here with Mike Napoli. Now, your last home run against Justin Verlander came on May 4th, 2006. Your first career at bat. What took you so long to get another one?
I don't know, man. He's tough. You know, he was on his game tonight, and you know, he's keeping all of us, you know, off balance. But I got into a 3-2 count and put a good swing on a pitch, and was able to drive it.
We noticed that everyone's trying to figure out how to hit this guy. You may have figured it out by pulling the pant legs down. When did that come into play?
I don't know. I yelled at Bogey. I said, if I get out, go give me some long pants, and he did. But I rubbed my bat on Johnny's beard before I went out to that at bat, and I don't know, just try to put a good bat together, and came through.
Thanks so much. Congratulations. Kenny, over to you.
Thanks, Aaron. Jared, John Lackey, brilliant tonight. What made him so good?
He was he just never gave in. You know, he was gotten some situations, first and third. He never gave in. Never wanted to really leave anything over the plate. Didn't matter what the situation, men on third, one out. Just some big at-bats that we were able to, keep in our favor.
It seemed like he got even better after the 17-minute delay. Did anything change?
You know what? I think maybe just that little time off had him a chance to kind of slow down a little bit. He was excited and pumped that first inning. Kind of getting excited with the slider, throwing it maybe a little too hard and leaving it over the middle. But he was still, still pretty effective. But maybe that just gave him a chance to slow down. Your bullpen in the 8th inning, Tazawa gets fielder, Tazawa gets Cabrera, Uehara gets fielder. How did they approach those two at bats? Last 2 innings, 7-8 inning with Breslow coming in and really shutting that inning down. And then the 8th inning, Taz, that was huge. Cabrera's such a great hitter, one out. Those are situations he thrives in. He gets in situations where he can get an RBI, and it's tough to get him out, let alone strike him out. But, he just did a great job pumping the fastballs away. And he's so sneaky with that 94, 95 that it's tough to hit. Getting back to Lackey, he sometimes gets upset when he has to come out of a game. How was he tonight? He's the same as always, man. He's a competitor. He's a guy that you want on the mound every night. He's going to compete whether he's got something or doesn't. And, none of our starters ever want to come out of a game, especially a big game like this. But, we can trust our bullpen. That's one thing, I think Lack understood. Jared, thank you very much. Joe, back to you.
All right, Kenny, thank you. This series already has reminded us all why this game is so great. So many wonderful moments already through 3 games. And it has been heart-racing action between the Red Sox and the Tigers as the Red Sox lead this best of 7, 2-1. We're going to take a break and come back here to Detroit. A 1-0 Boston win behind John Lackey here tonight in Detroit.